It seems that Adrien Broner is going to insist on a rematch with Marcos Maidana, who thoroughly beat him. Now, I was one of those people who got it wrong and said that AB would have put on a boxing masterclass against Maidana based on the skills that he had, but the lack of work rate, the way in which Maidana was able to bully Broner, the lack of defense, and all the rest of the technical issues that came with Broner, plus the arrogant attitude that he's got, AB got a real beating. Now, he's talking about having a rematch. Floyd Mayweather says, no, little bro, I think you should move down to £140 and campaign at £140. But Adrien Broner's not having it. Adrien Broner is his own man, and he wants to fight Marcos Maidana immediately. He wants an immediate rematch. Now, does Adrien Broner actually believe he can beat Marcos Maidana, and he got it wrong technically? Or is this ego talking? Now, I was one of those who picked Adrien Broner to outpoint Maidana, take him to school, counter punch him, and it never happened. Broner was defensively vulnerable. He lacked work rate. He took his licks like a man. I've got to say, he took his beating like a man. I've got to say that. What happened when he got out the ropes and went for cover after that? Well, really, that wasn't mannish, but there you go. And he's since apologised for that. But if we take into consideration, for example, when David Price had an immediate rematch, and the British public were pushing for Price to have the rematch against Tony Thompson, and he ended up going all wrong for old Pricey, and now his career is really on the heap, and he's going to have to rebuild. The same thing could happen with Adrien Broner. Marcos Broner seemed to be physically much stronger. There were moments that Maidana looked like he was blowing, but is Adrien Broner suddenly going to start having a better work rate? I mean, I only see another beating. That's what AB stands for, another beating, because I can't see how in between the time of the fight he's had with Maidana and then having an immediate rematch where he's going to make the technical adjustments. Now, if you were to bring Floyd Mayweather Sr. on and then build up towards a rematch 3 or 4 fights down the road, you're leaving yourself the possibility that you could win the fight with the adjustments, the technical adjustments that Floyd Mayweather Sr. could bring. But if you're going straight back into a rematch, how much are you actually going to change? And how much time does that trainer have to work with you? And this was the problem with David Price. Had he avoided a Tony Thompson fight and had a trainer on board and worked with that new trainer, and then went for Tony Thompson 2 or 3 fights down the line, we may have a different result. See, now, when Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Owen McCall, or he got knocked out by Rackman, we could both say in both fights that Lewis was technically the better boxer in both of those fights. Okay? And got lazy against Rackman and didn't come into the fight 100% shape. And against McCall, when he got caught with a heck of a shot. You can't really say that Broner got caught with a heck of a shot, and you can't say that, he came in not in shape. So you can say he came into camp pretty heavy and in discipline, but that's down to Broner. He was in shape on fight night and went to 12 rounds. So, technically, is Maidana a better fighter than Broner? The evidence of what we've seen, Maidana is a much better fighter, a stronger fighter. So I don't see how Adrien Broner is going to be able to make the adjustments. So I'm going with Marcos Maidana again. So AB stands for another beating.